Next to Mario, Pokemon is probably the most well-known series in Smash Bros. It is the only series besides Mario to have more than one character in the original Smash Bros, and it's gained character slots in every game since then. The original Smash Bros had Pikachu and Jigglypuff, Melee added in Pichu and Mewtwo, and Brawl gave us Lucario and the Pokmon Trainer, while removing Pichu and Mewtwo. Pokemon is a very tricky series for Smash Bros. To deal with. It faces much of the same problems that the Legend of Zelda series did, in that, while there are many possibilities for the series, relatively few of these options have any more of a claim to the slot over any of the other ones. Making things more difficult is that Pokemon is split into different generations, elemental typings, and body shapes for the Pokemon themselves. Ideally, a roster of Pokemon representatives should do a decent job at representing each of those factors. Add into this the fact that the Pokemon need to work in concert with the rest of the roster, and there's a bit of a challenge in there to find something that works. There's only one Pokemon that's an absolute guarantee: Pikachu. Pikachu is the mascot for the series. Even though the Pokemon anime series doesn't really have much to do with the video games, the prominence of Pikachu in the series has made it the face of Pokemon. We've already seen Pikachu, and from what we've seen, not a whole lot has changed about the character. It still appears to have most of the same moves, along with having the same appearance. Pikachu's Final Smash works well with the character concept, since it's a move unique to Pikachu, at least as far as I am aware, and its other moves are all fitting. I don't see a reason to change Pikachu, but it might be nice to see some different Pokemon as costumes for the character instead of wearing glasses or a scarf. There's an electric rat sort of Pokemon in every generation, and an easy way to add a little variety to the Pokemon cast would be to acknowledge that. Characters like Plusle and Minun, or Pichu or Raichu don't need to be new characters, but a costume-based nod would be nice, especially since most of those characters are based at least partly on Pikachu. I think that idea of using similar Pokemon as alternate costumes is a good idea for Pokemon characters in Smash Bros. Since the series is so expansive, it's pretty difficult to accurately represent everything with just a few slots. Something's always going to get left out. I think that by making different costumes into different types of Pokemon, some of these problems might be alleviated. They're not clones, but it would greatly expand the options available and give the appearance of having a lot more variety without a whole bunch of work on the part of the developers. Going beyond Pikachu, I don't really think anything else is set in stone. I will admit that my main trepidation towards Jigglypuff is mostly due to not liking the character. Jigglypuff is kind of a random addition to Smash Bros. In the first generation of Pokemon, Jigglypuff was apparently a secondary mascot to Pikachu. Having grown up at the time, I don't really remember this ever being a thing, save for it showing up a whole bunch in the anime series. I've always kind of felt it was a useless slot in Smash Bros, and that it mostly functions as kind of a joke character with a funny moveset. I know the character's good, but in terms of its actual representation, I think it's kind of a joke character. I wouldn't have a problem removing Jigglypuff from Smash Bros altogether. It's only relevant at this point in Smash Bros because it has been in Smash Bros for a long time. If it didn't have that history, I'd be more confident in seeing Jigglypuff get cut, but I think the history Jigglypuff has with Smash Bros means it won't be. I also think that from a design point, it would be a mistake to remove its moveset since it's got a pretty unique style to it, what with not really having a true up B, and rest being a pretty unique concept for a move. Finally, and perhaps most importantly, Jigglypuff is an easy character to make. It's literally a pink sphere with some 3D limbs, ears, and hair. I'd wager that Jigglypuff is probably the single easiest character to actually animate for Smash Bros. Its special moves barely alter the character at all. Sleep and Rollout are just the basic model with a graphic applied over the top of them, and much of the attack animations are equally simplistic. Compare this to one of the humanoid characters that would need animation for their arms and legs, and Jigglypuff is pretty easy to justify since it takes such a small amount of work. Jigglypuff also fits into the 6th generation of Pokemon as it's one of the newly added fairy types. Next is Lucario. Lucario was the replacement for Mewtwo in Super Smash Bros. Brawl. They didn't play exactly alike, but they had a vaguely similar moveset with a lot of comparable moves across both characters. I think Lucario getting cut from the game is a pretty safe bet. Lucario was the mascot for the 4th generation of Pokemon, and we're going to be in the 6th generation before this version of Smash Bros. Comes out. He just doesn't have the kind of relevance that he did when Brawl came out, and it's likely we're getting a newer rep from the series to replace him. The last Pokemon character we've got is the Pokmon Trainer. this is probably the character that's most up in the air, and I'm going to go over each possibility one by one. The first is that the Pokemon Trainer isn't in the game at all. I find that unlikely. His gimmick in Brawl was a pretty good one. It fit in perfectly with the Pokemon series while being a really cool fighting style in Brawl that forced you to think differently from a lot of the other fighters. It'd be a waste if that idea got completely removed from the game. This being said, I could also easily see there being some technical problems with the 3DS version of the game. Some rumors and comments have suggested that there might be problems with the Ice Climbers having two characters on screen at once. If that's true, there may be possibilities from a technical standpoint that the Pokemon Trainer can't work on the 3D version due to graphical and processing limitations. If that's true, it'd be sad to see him go, but it's a possibility. I think that the second option, the Pokemon Trainer being ported over in his current form, would also kind of be a mistake. Brawl favored the first generation of Pokemon a lot. There were 6 playable Pokemon in the game, and 5 of them were from the first gen. Pichu, the only representation from the second generation of Pokemon in the entire Smash Bros. Series, was a clone with a terrible gimmick and didn't show up in Brawl, and the third generation's never seen any representation at all. By the time this next Smash game comes out, we'll have had the 5th and 6th generation on top of those. I think that having so many characters from the first generation is kind of a poor way to represent the series. Obviously, they can make the Pokemon play however they want, and there's nothing preventing them from playing well. But if the goal is to represent the entire series and not just a single game, drawing almost all of the inspiration from a single game is a bad choice. The problem with this is that the Pokemon Trainer would need to be completely redone, which would basically make them a completely new character, and tie up a lot more resources in the creation of their moveset and animations. Unlike other characters, Pokemon Trainer requires a lot more work since he's got 3 movesets, and any of the starting 3 Pokemon from different generations wouldn't be applicable to the movesets for Squirtle, Ivysaur, and Charizard due to their very unique body shapes. It's a tough situation. Pokemon Trainer should probably have a new set of Pokemon, but doing so would be a lot of work and it might not be worth it. But it is a pretty open formula, and I've got some ideas of what to do with the Pokemon Trainer I will talk about in the next video. Regardless of what they do with the trainer, I do think there's something they could do very simply with the character. Add a female character model for the trainer. The trainer doesn't exactly have a very taxing set of move animations, and it would be nice if players could pick a male or female trainer in addition to their colors. Like I said, Pokemon is a challenge, and it's very difficult to accurately represent the entire series with just those few character slots. As much as some of the older fans might despise the newer generation of Pokemon, they really do deserve some kind of acknowledgement, and it's not particularly good to have almost the entire inspiration for the series drawn from the first set of Pokemon. In my next video, I'll be talking about some of the new character options and choices, which I think kind of hit on that combination of relevance and variety. Thank you for watching, and I'm going to have my next video out soon. As always, I want to hear what you think, so let me know in the comments about what I've said here and some of your own ideas, and I will see you in my next video.